Welcome back, everyone. It may be hard to believe, but in less than 2 weeks, we are going to be ringing in 2017. And if you're planning a party, there are some things that you need to know. Attorney Jordan Acker of the Goodman Acker law firm is here now to talk to us about kind of the things we need to maybe take a moment to be careful about. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you really, in order to make sure you have a happy new year, you need to make sure that you follow a few things if you're hosting a party or if you're going to a party this New Year's.
Okay, so let's start with if you're hosting a party. What kind of things do you need to be, keeping in mind, not just, the food and the beverages? What do you need to do to be careful?
So the thing that you should really keep in mind is two things. First of all, and this is going to sound kind of like an ad for Lyft or Uber, but have the apps installed on your phone. Have the apps installed on your guest's phone also. If they can't do it, have them pay you cash, do all that stuff, because people really should avoid driving whenever they can on New Year's Eve. There's no reason in an era where it's easy to get a car like that, there's no reason for anyone to be drunk driving.
And I think it's a good reminder that even if your friends don't have it on there, maybe remind them or make sure you've got it. It should never be an excuse that, oh, well, we just didn't have it or we didn't have time to do it. Something you can do in advance.
Or it's just a few blocks, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. We see that all the time in our practice. People say, oh, it's only 3 blocks, 4 blocks to go home. They hit a parked car on their way home. It happens more often than you would think.
Anything can be dangerous. All right, just what about bars and restaurants? People who work there, or the owners there?
So you can be held responsible in Michigan if you're a bar owner, if you're a restaurant owner, and you serve someone who's visibly intoxicated. There was a story, remember, about a year ago where someone at the State Theater left and then hit a bus stop on the way home and killed a couple people. In the morning the next day, a very similar situation. That's why we really recommend to people, if you're a bar owner, if you're a restaurant owner, don't allow your employees to drink. Even if they have, someone says, here, have a shot, don't do it, because it's the job of the bartender, it's the job of the restaurant owner to make sure that they're not over-serving people.
And you were talking also before we started even just about the number of lawsuits when it comes to this. Perhaps a little more rare these days, you said, but still they happen.
Thankfully, absolutely. Drunk driving happens all the time. A friend of mine in law enforcement told me that New Year's is their busiest night of the year by far, and part of it is just because more people are out on the roads. Even if you're not drinking, I would tell people drive the smallest distance you possibly can, because people are out on the highways. People think that they're sober. People think they're okay. Usually, if you're not sure, you're probably not okay to drive. Call Uber, call Lyft, get home safely.
Yeah, I mean, that really is the bottom line, getting home safely. Any last-minute bit of advice you'd throw out there to anyone?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I can't stress this enough. Make sure that the apps are installed on your phone. There is no reason for anybody in 2016, going into 2017, to have a drunk driving accident this year.
Staying safe is the key and the most important. Jordan, thank you so much for coming in this morning.